In this video, I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on this Jeep Liberty with a 3.7 liter engine. Let's get started. To drain the engine oil, you'll see the drain plug at the back of the engine oil pan. There is an access port through this shield here, this skid plate, so that's where I'm going to go through. And of course I'm going to have a collection bucket ready to catch the oil. So let's get a 13mm socket and break the drain plug free. There we go. As I unthread it, I'm going to hold pressure on it. Pressure means that when it's on the last thread, it's not going to just come right out and get oil everywhere. I can control when the oil will come out. So I'm going to keep unthreading it. And now I feel that it's on the last thread because it gets all wobbly. Pull it away quickly. And there you go. Cleanly in the collection bucket it all goes. We're just going to let this all drain. I'm going to call this done. It's been dripping for a while. So I'm going to cap this off. Inspect your oil drain plug. Make sure it's still in good condition and replace it if necessary. Mine is still great, so I can reuse it. The torque for this is 25 foot-pounds. And clean off any drippage here so it can, well, stop dripping. Now with your oil drained, let's remove the oil filter located on the front of the engine. If your vehicle has this shield here, it will be a little bit more difficult, but the oil filter is located right in there. You can see mine is black in color, it's painted black. However, yours may be a different color, whatever was last installed. You're probably going to need an oil filter wrench because that's going to be pretty tight. Okay, I broke it free. With it broken free, you should be able to reach in and remove it the rest of the way. Keep in mind, oil will drain at this point, so have a collection bucket ready. And remove the filter. That right there is the surface where the oil filter mounts. I'm just going to gently wipe it off. Make sure the O-ring didn't stick onto the engine block. You would not want to double gasket that. That will cause a huge leak and loss of oil pressure. That looks pretty good, so let's get the new filter in place. When you bring the new oil filter in, be very careful not to get debris in it. Try to line it up with the threads. Okay, I got it on. Thread it until it bottoms out. Once it's bottomed out, which is right about here, give it about a half a turn, and that should be plenty tight. That's good right there. Under the hood, towards the passenger side, near your air filter housing, you'll see the engine oil dipstick and the filler cap. Remove the filler cap. As you can see on it, you need 5W20 oil. So get yourself a funnel, or make one, that way you don't make a mess, and fill it up with 5 quarts of 5W20. All right, I'm on my last quart. Remove your funnel and reinstall the oil filler cap. Pull the engine oil dipstick up and wipe it as you remove it. It's not going to have an accurate reading right off the bat, so clean it off. What we're aiming for is to be right within this zone here. If it's too low, you're going to have to add. If it's too high, you might have to drain some. However, we put in 5 quarts, so it should be spot on. So at this point, dip it back into the dipstick tube, all the way down, and pull it back up. We can now take a reading, and it is hard to see on camera, but it's right at the top of the lines here, spot on to the full mark. So we should be all set. Put this back in, and there you have it. Job is done. Turn on the engine, check for leaks, and take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.